October of last year. I've known about it for a couple of years though. Tried a couple of different kind of mentor type things, but this since about October has been since I've been like adding consistently, like consistently marketing and all of that. And I've only gotten a couple deals out of it, so that's where I'm at with it. And I think houses long term for me make the most sense. And I know a lot of what you teach is just the different strategies and like not limiting yourself to just wholesaling.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and I think long term houses is where I want to be just because I do plan to eventually get a rental portfolio built up. But I like the options of being able to wholesale it or flip it or whatever else as options too. So I'm just trying to learn them all as best I can.
Okay. My question, let me get to know a little bit more about your land stuff. So you've been doing it consistently since October, and what is your primary source of lead generation?
Just through pulling lists, usually from county websites, and getting them skip trace, cold calling them, texting them, and a little bit of direct mail, but not much. So that's where I've been at with it. I'm actually part of another group where that's all happening, and yeah, so I'm part of a group where that's happening, and that's sort of the way we've been doing it.
Okay. So most of it's from county records.
Yeah, county records. Skip tracing those lists and getting cold calling them, texting them, and a little bit of direct mail for them.
And who are you using for your cold calling? I mean, who are you using for your skip tracing?
Skip Matrix.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is your hit rate on the skips?
It's pretty good actually. I would say probably 90, 80, 85, 90%.
That's exceptional.
First, the other thing is too, with the specific group I'm with, the guy that's actually the mentor for the group, he has his VAs actually like call the numbers a little bit and see which ones answer. So then by the time we get it, they've already kind of been called at least to just make sure it's a good number. But Skip Matrix is pretty good about getting back good numbers.
Who's doing the cold calling for you?
It's a mixture of myself and VAs. So he has a little bit of an infrastructure with his VAs that he allows us to use. But then he also, like, basically part of it is to have us do it as well. So basically it's kind of like kind of 2xing yourself, if that makes sense. So if the VA is doing 100 calls a day and then I'm doing 100, then that's how we can get to the 200 a day. And we've been kind of running that for a little while. And I'm still in 9 to 5, still working a W2 job. And so some days reaching 100 calls, cold calls, is a little tough.
That is,
for the most
dude.
part.
Yeah, man.
For the most part, I get through it once I'm off. But to be honest, like I don't want to always have to do that if I don't have to. But yeah, trying to make it happen. So, trying to do what's needed.
Have you done any sort of inbound marketing?
I have not, but I have. I've pretty much learned that from you, honestly, the inbound marketing. I really like that idea, like the PPC or PPL.
Is it just the cost that's holding you back?
Yeah, budget-wise, it's kind of like a little bit of a grind. What I'm hoping to do is once I get like a couple more like solid deals, then just basically trying to take those assignment fees and put it towards like a couple months of PPL or something like that. But just having like one of my first deals was actually more so like a bird dog type situation, and then another one was like a JV that ended up the buyer we had for the land. He came in lower than what he said. So then the RC kind of got cut, and then it was a JV anyway with somebody else in the group. So it wasn't much to really build off of.
And this is land, right? This is
Yeah.
okay.
This is all land. Yeah, I haven't done anything in houses yet, but yeah.
What is, and you said that repairs are the biggest thing that's holding you back when it comes to the single family stuff, correct?
Correct. Yeah, it's a little bit tough for me to figure out what give an estimate on what the repair costs would be, and I've been pretty close on a lot of them, but I'm not confident with it. I want to become more confident with it, so that way I know that it's a good deal. And then again, like I said, his long-term goal is to do flips and rentals and all of that. So I think just overall, just me having that knowledge would be good for that space as well. So I'm just trying to get better at that. It's something that's kind of new for me within the last maybe like 2 or 3 months, I guess, since beginning of this year. So, yeah, just being able to kind of get a better feel for that, eyeball those a little bit better from photos and things like that would help me a lot.
So are you saying that you do have photos, or you're lacking photos?
No, so when I see them, when I do get photos, just being able to kind of eyeball how much the repair costs would be in a confident manner, because right now I don't feel that confident with it, and so I'm not confident if it's a deal or not.
Great. Okay, cool. Do you have a repair estimator?
I do now. I just got access to one, but I'm not sure if it's the best one or not.
Is it? There's kind of two ways that people will estimate repairs. One of them would be like a very general, very broad way of estimating repairs, where it would be like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Or another way of doing this would be like price per square foot. So like a level 1 is this many dollars per square foot. Level 2 is this many dollars per square foot. So that's kind of one way of estimating repairs. And then the second way of estimating repairs is going to be itemized. So you're saying, this is how much I'm putting into paint. This is how much I'm putting into flooring. This is how much I'm putting into cabinets. This is how much I'm putting into the roof, so on and so forth. Which one are you doing?
So I just got access to a tool that does it more so there's like off of more itemized. It's like if it's a full bathroom, then it's this amount. If it's just like paint, it's a certain amount. So I guess it's more like itemized, I guess, but also by like, I would say, probably.
That's good. Okay, so now that you have that, what's the next thing that's holding you back when it comes to estimating repairs accurately?
Honestly, that's it. Like I said, I just got access to that probably like this week. I guess, about this week or last week. So other than that, I guess just being able to actually put some properties through that and just really figure out the total cost, and then using just a calculation to make sure that it is a deal. I guess that's just where I'm at now. And so I came on here just to see, just where other people are, or get some pointers on that type of stuff, or whatever.
You had mentioned that you had learned some stuff from me. I think you went through my marketing course. Is that the right one? Is that the correct one?
Yeah, there was the marketing one. Yeah,
cool.
I got that
one. Did you get a second one?
No, I think that was the only one. I think that was the only one I got. Marketing for.
Is the only thing that you're trying to do right now wholesale? Or I know that you had mentioned wanting to get into rentals later on.
Yeah.
Let me just ask a couple of questions. Do you know how to do a novation?
Yes, I've heard of novations, and I heard about them from you, but I also so I've had a couple in the land space, but they were like unsuccessful actually. But I know about them. Actually, with the group that I'm talking about with the land, we have a realtor in Florida. That's one of the top like selling realtors in Florida with land. And it just so happened that the property that I had under contract and everything got put on market and all of that, and it actually didn't do well. So I know a little bit about novations, and
Do
I
you
like
have
that idea.
Do you have the paperwork for it?
Yeah, so the contract that I use in the land space, it actually has a novation clause in it and everything. I don't have much for the single family space at all. I mean, as far as contracts and stuff like that goes.
Okay. Do you know how to wrap notes?
No, so I think I've actually seen you talk about that. I do not know how to do it.
Yeah, I love doing this. Okay, cool. So there's a lot of things that I can help with. By the way, thanks y'all for coming into the Zoom room. If you have any questions, we're just going to go kind of first come, first serve. Raise your hand if you have a question, and I'll go through as soon as I diagnose one person and give them what they need. Then I'm just going to go through and go to the next person. Okay, so Jacoby, there's a couple different things that I'm hearing when it comes to this. The first is that you're transitioning from the land space to the single family space, and you're having a hard time with estimating repairs. It sounds like you kind of have that fixed. You already have an itemized repair estimator, which is the best way of doing this. It's the most accurate.
Okay.
And I like that. If you didn't already have a repair estimator, I was just going to give you mine right here on the call. If you have that one, use that one. There is no best repair estimator. The best repair estimator is the one that you use most often, right? The next thing, though, that I heard was when it comes to the single family space, being able to analyze deals with different exit strategies, you don't have that. You kept on using the words, I know how to do a novation, or I've heard about a novation, but knowing, I mean, Brian just did his first one, knowing theoretically how to do a novation and actually doing it.
Yep.
Very different, right? Lots of paperwork going back and forth. And so same thing with owner financing, wrapping notes. Absolutely outstanding way for you to get a pop of cash now, get some cash flow as well as some equity, and have some cash for later. So it's three-part profit center: cash now, cash flow, cash later. I love that. And for these deals that you would be wholesaling right now, whether land or single family, you could be taking that same exact deal, getting more cash down. Like your down payment profit would exceed that of a wholesale. So you're making more money now, and you get to stay in the deal. You get money every single month. It's totally passive income. And you have equity in the deal, so that whenever they balloon you out or they sell the property in the near future, then you get to capture that. So I love wraps. I'm a really big fan of wraps in it. And it works really well in the market that we're in. So I can help you when it comes to analyzing deals. I can help you when it comes to structuring deals. And then the last thing that I heard, or at least chronologically, would be purchase and sales agreement. You said, I don't have anything when it comes to the single family house stuff. And I would like to think that I have the best purchase and sales agreement in the United States. And you're going to hear a lot of people who say that they have the best purchase and sales agreement in the United States, but I've actually done deals in 34 states. So there's like 5 people who have done deals in more states than me that I know of anyway. So it's actually closed. It's not theory of, I think my purchase and sales agreement is fine. No. And I've been sued with it and I've won. So it's withstood the test of time and held up in court when somebody was like, oh, this is unfair. This is a breach or whatever. It's like, actually read the contract, attorneys don't even take me to court anymore because I just tell them, hey, why don't we, did your client tell you this? Oh, no, he didn't tell me that. Well, why don't you go read paragraph 14 of the contract? Read the contract before you come to me. I can definitely help you with that as well. So let's put these into 3 different categories. There's deal analysis, there's deal structure, and there's the purchase and sales agreement. Out of those 3, where do you think you need the most help?
I'd say probably deal structure would be the most, probably where I needed help the most. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. This is what I'm going to do then. I'm going to drop a link in the chat. And I want you to open up your Zoom chat, click on that link, and it will take you to my deal structure course. Now, when you get to that page, it's going to say that you have to buy it because it's for sale. However, if you put in that promo code, then it drops the price to $0. And you can just go through it'll say $0. You don't have to put in your credit card or anything like that. And you will get it literally today. Thanks for showing up to the live stream. Anybody who asks a question tonight, unless you're already a client, like Brian is a private client. So he's the only one who wouldn't get a course today.
Yeah, thank you, Keith. I really appreciate that. And like I said, I've been keeping up with you a little bit. I think I missed the last live one, but
yeah, what a jerk.
Yeah, well, I got the times mixed up. I was traveling with the family, but I made sure I enjoyed this one, so I appreciate it.
Good, man. Thanks so much for coming. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, thank you.
All right, y'all. Brian, thanks for having your video on. It makes this so much more exciting so I don't have to look at my ugly mug the whole time. Guys, if you have any questions, drop it in the chat or just come off mute and I'll handle it to the best of my ability. James, happy Friday, sir. It's great to see you, my friend. I'm doing wonderful.
We talked about this subject too before.
Yeah.
And the only thing I'm confused with is like when you say a wrap, is that more so like a land contract where they don't record it?
No way. No. All right. So a wrap is technically, you're talking about both the entrance strategy and the exit strategy. And so what this means is on the entrance strategy, you have some form of note, whether that be an existing mortgage or you have an owner that is owner financing, seller carryback, whatever you want to call it in your state. It's the same thing, right? So there's a mortgage or there is a seller that's owner financing to you, or both actually, or a hybrid of these. And then what you do is you take title to it and then you go and you sell it. And when you sell it, you become the bank as well. And you create another note. And that note, for example, let's do some math. Let's do some really easy math. So Jacoby here sells me a house for $100,000. And he says, Keith, I need you to put 10% down. Great. So I buy it for $100,000. I put 10% down, which is $10,000. And now I owe him $90,000.
Correct.
Now I go and I sell that house for $200,000.
Right.
And I get 10% down, which is $20,000.
Right.
Now that $200,000 note, it wraps around the existing $100,000 note. So wrap is just short for wraparound mortgage. We're wrapping that $200,000 around the smaller lien that's in first lien position. And whenever the second lien position gets ballooned out, so does the first, right? Because as soon as I get this guy, he's refinanced. Let's say that I sell it to Brian for $200,000 and I collect $20,000 down and he owes me $180,000. And then 5 years goes by, I'm collecting checks this whole entire time. 5 years goes by, he's tired of paying 7.9% interest and he goes and he gets a loan. Well, he's going to owe me, let's say 5 year, $160,000, $155,000, whatever. I'm going to get that $155,000 and then I balloon out the seller. And whatever that difference is, by that time, I'll probably only owe the seller, I don't know, it'll be way less because there'll be 0% interest with the seller. And Brian would owe me, 8% interest. And so I'm paying this one down way faster. Let's say after 5 years, I don't own $90,000. It's gone down to $40,000, right? So I'm going to collect $155,000 and I'm going to pay off the $40,000 and I'm going to keep the $115,000 spread that's in between.
Gotcha. So the only reason I was asking that is because like when interest rates was real low, like 2%, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Banks were, it seems like now banks are like because they make more money. So that's why I think some of them are calling notes due of those low interest rate loans that they might have been giving out. I've seen some guys have people gave them properties and the bank wound up calling it due when they transferred, when they saw that it's, some type of transfer happening or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know how to avoid that? Put it into a trust.
Okay.
If you put it into a trust and then you have the seller assign beneficial interest to you, but they still retain ownership of the trust.
Correct. Okay.
Do you know what that's called?
No, what is it called?
It's called a personal property transfer.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So, like, you know how normally, like, people say go get insurance and stuff like that. So, when you do it in a trust, you just basically get insurance in the trust name, basically, since it is in the trust name, pretty much. That's how it works.
Well, a lot of people. So I think that that's silly. When people say don't get insurance, I don't think that that's protecting anybody. That is totally the stupidest thing that you can do. Matter of fact, here's the reason why. So I live in Florida, right? We have hurricanes. People lose their homes all the time. Every couple of years, we got to have a big hurricane that comes through. And you have a note. Like, I'm owed $180,000 on that house.
Right.
And if there's a hurricane that goes through and ruins that house, where's the collateral that secures my note?
Right.
It's washed up. And how do I collect my money if there is no insurance?
Correct. Right.
I could and I would go after the seller. However, and I would win, and I would get a judgment, and I would never collect on that judgment. Chances are, right?
Right. No, what I was saying is that like when you do a route like that, you put the insurance in the trust name, correct?
There's multiple people in the trust, right? There's additionally insured, there's mortgagees. So here's what I'll tell you, because different people like doing it different ways. I have an insurance guy that you should reach out to, and literally I do what he tells me to do. Because when you have a trust and you have a seller who's on the mortgage, as this is especially important when there's a mortgage, that seller must remain as additionally insured on the new buyer's policy. You should not only be additionally insured, but you should be mortgagee. Now the bank is going to stay mortgagee one, right? Is it mortgagee or mortgagor? I get them mixed up. Doesn't matter. Yeah. The bank is secured as giving a mortgage, and you need to be secured as giving a mortgage. Then, of course, the new buyer should be listed as the named insured because it's their house. They're the ones who's living in it.
Gotcha. Well, I don't have one going on, but I was confused with it because, to be honest with you, I've been scared to do them. Because I didn't want the, note to be called, do or whatever, you know what I mean? But it's a great vehicle. Yeah. And it's like, honestly, it's a lot easier to do that than going out trying to buy these rental properties and stuff like that. You can build your portfolio much quicker, especially when sometimes people trying to walk away, you just can bring them current or whatever, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of instances. Yeah. But I appreciate that, man. I mean, so one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Since I just know a lot of this stuff as far as that, I know a lot of this stuff. So as far as like your CRM, does that, like, when you put a customer in there, does it keep in touch with them, send them drips and stuff like that? What does it do?
That is of the most basic things that it does. Yes.
But that's one. But it basically keep me in front of them. Well, let's say I have a Facebook ad campaign going on, or let's say cold calling or whatever. Once I enter the information in there, it'll just keep me in front of them so they say, hey, take me off the list, fucker, or something like that.
That's correct. Yep. So basically, we're going to follow up that person until they tell us to stop or until they die. Matter of fact, even if they die, we're still going to follow up with their next of kin.
Why you didn't ever put the link in the group? Because I know you got down to some other stuff going on, man. You be hiding stuff, man.
What are you talking about? I put the freaking link in the group 3 times.
No, I didn't see it, Keith, honestly.
Well, hey, James, where'd you go, bro? Where'd you go? I can't see you. Because you ain't looking. You're looking with your ass.
Put it in, man.
I put it in 3 times. I put it in yesterday. I put it in this morning, and I put it in 1 hour before the call, and then I put it again in when I'm going live, bro.
Where's it at? It's on your page or where?
We are live in 12, 13, 14. We're live in 15 groups my personal Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. My God, I mean, we have half the internet is watching it. You have 145,000 people looking at you right now.
Yeah, can you put it so I can have the link, please?
The link to what?
The link to the CRM.
Yeah, dang, I thought you were talking about the link to this freaking
No,
Zoom
CRM.
call.
No, the CRM, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll give you the link to the CRM, bro.
I appreciate you, man.
I think anyway. You know what? So we just let's see if we have it live. It's
Okay.
going to be at reiautomated.io/deal base. Boom, that's it. I remembered it. All right, I'm gonna drop it in the chat for you, my friend.
All right. And he was also ask you.
Dude, I literally thought you were talking about the link to this freaking Zoom. Sorry for giving you crap.
And you had mentioned that you sold in 34 states. When you sell in a different state, you got boots on the ground doing the inspections for you?
Do I have boots in the ground? So let me hold on. I'm going to answer your question how you asked it, but then I'm going to answer the question that you're thinking about but you're not asking. Okay, so do I have boots on the ground that inspect my houses in all of these states? Yes, of course. I'm not going to be the dumbass that buys a house sight unseen and then loses money on it. But the question that I think you might be, like the rationale is, do you have to have boots in the ground before you buy the house? And the answer is no.
Right.
Every single one of these houses. And so I've done deals in 34 states, but I've done multiple deals in these states, right? And so I'll do a flip in Shreveport, Louisiana, and then a wholesale in New Orleans, and then where's the one that I have right now? Chauvin, Louisiana, like an hour and a half south of there. And it's like every one of those places had a different home inspector, had a different realtor, had a different property management company, had a different title company, so on and so forth. And so what I do is we go under contract first. What I do, that I'm going to tell you both the pros and the cons. Most people, they're not going to tell you the unsexy stuff, and I'm going to tell you the unsexy stuff right here, okay? When I put properties under contract, the bad part about it is I'm starting over from scratch every single time. Okay. I don't have a home inspector. I don't have a title company. I don't have a lender. I don't have a realtor. I don't have anybody. Nothing. It's literally starting from scratch every single time. So that sucks. At least it did for me in the beginning. I combated that by, number one, systemizing the process. So there is a checklist. There's an SOP for absolutely every single tiny step. That massively sped up my workflow. It made things more efficient. I don't have to remember anything anymore. Like all the tricks are there, all the good practices, everything like that. And then every time that I did it, I refined it and refined it and refined it and refined it and made it better. And then the second thing that I did to combat this is I hired a team to do that for me. So Mel, our transaction coordinator, he lives in the Philippines. I pay him $5 an hour plus bonus plus commission. He handles everything. He is the project manager. So from the time that we take as soon as we go under contract, he takes us from contract to close. He handles everything from contract to close. I do not do a single thing. I'm not the one reaching out to the realtor. I'm not the one reaching out to the contractor. I'm not the one reaching out to the title company. I'm not the one reaching out to the inspector, so on and so forth. He handles everything. So those are the two things that have really helped me do this. Now, that's the unsexy part, right? The sexy part about this is I am getting the best of the best deals. Most of my deals are 35 to 55 cents on the dollar, meaning the house is worth in as is condition. I'm not saying ARV. I'm saying appraised as is condition is $115,000. I'm getting it under contract for 20 and I'm putting 15 into it.
Good.
It's really good spreads. And so I get paid well to do this process over and over and over and over and over again. And we have a good system and we have a good team. And so that's both the sexy and the unsexy of what I do.
Gotcha. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yep. You also make a lot of money.
Yeah. Where you getting properties that cheap at?
My God, you want to see? I mean, they're all over the nation.
I'm like, but you only put a little bit of money in a fix-up. The fix-up ain't that bad and shit, huh?
Well, you'd be surprised. Do you want to see the one that I'm talking about right now?
Sure.
You're probably not going to believe me, but I don't really care. We're gonna show it off anyway.
Man, go ahead with that, man. I mean, you a straight shooter. You don't be bullshit, man.
Let me. I'm gonna share my screen on whatever the streaming software is first, and then I'm gonna share my screen. Here we go. Let me pull up the pictures really quick. So, link to seller pictures, link for after the junk removal, after the cleaning, most recent photos, construction photo. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna open up the freaking before and after rather than doing all this nonsense. All right, now I'm gonna share my yeah, Jacoby, we can talk Deal Labs in just a minute. Let me share this nasty ass house. It's kind of funny. I love sharing this deal because I had so many naysayers. Let me open up one of these tabs that I closed. This is legitimately one of my favorite deals to talk about because so many people said, Keith, you need to tear this down. This is after I cleaned it. Look at this thing. You see that?
It's showing like a bunch of screens.
Oh, balls. I'm sharing the wrong screen. Thanks. Appreciate you, Brian. I'm glad I have a bro hooking me up here. Screen 2. All right. Sometimes the number of my screens gets mixed up. Okay. So this is the brief overview. I mean, everything that could have been, there wasn't flooring. There was no windows. The steps are literally just breaking. There's so much garbage. People had vandalized the back. Look at the back, dude.
Damn.
Now look. Here's the before and after. So the befores is going to be after we cleaned it up. Okay. So it's not going to look quite as bad as those photos, but that's what it looked like when I went under contract.
Okay.
So here.
At what point do you say we're just tearing the house down, or you just salvage it and renovate it like this?
Brian, you're not going to like the answer to this question, but I have never once torn a house down.
Yeah.
I have wholesaled a house that got torn down, but I myself have never torn down a house.
How much you spend fixing this one up?
$15,000.
Shit. That's in Louisiana?
This one's in New York.
That's my upstate New York somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
So look, I mean, that looks pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
No floors, all nasty.
Yeah. Look nice.
Nice and bright.
Man, how you I don't know how you picked that up for $15,000.
Well, I didn't do anything major. Look, it's the same floors, same cabinets, same countertops, same sink.
Okay.
We did I was so cheap I didn't even replace the stove. I ended up replacing the stove, but not in this photo. Same thing with the bathroom. I do think that I changed the toilet. Yeah, so we put in a new toilet, but literally that's it. We put in new grout. You know, look at the difference in the shower.
Yeah.
Put in a new bar. You know, cleaned it up just a little bit. But I mean, the walls were just so nasty and grody, dude. Skim coat, texture, paint, new floors.
That's nice, man.
There was no ceilings or floors up here. We drywalled it, put in some floors, painted it. Now this is a bedroom, a legal bedroom. We even cut little vent. We cut a little vent right here, and then right down here we cut a little vent. We didn't even put heat upstairs. Section 8 allows you to cut holes between the floor and the ceiling because heat goes which direction? It goes up. So we don't have to force the air up. The air is naturally going to rise if it's hot. And so we didn't. Go ahead.
How did you find contractors?
My realtor.
Okay. And one last question. Let's say somebody does come on board with your mentorship. How much additional capital do they need to really be effective outside of your mentorship payment?
For how long of a time?
I guess the one that's $10 or $15, whatever. I don't know.
No. The duration of time. Over 4 months, over 6 months, over 12 months. Like, how much marketing are you talking?
Maybe over like 4 or 5 months.
Dude, I'm sharing the freaking wrong screen on my other software too. Over 4 or 5 months. Are you going to be? What sort of marketing are you going to be doing?
I don't know. I'm just saying if they came into your mentorship program, I mean, I guess you'll recommend what to do. Without just wondering how much additional capital you need.
No. Some people are going to use my software for $100 for their marketing. On that's the low extreme, $100. On the high extreme would probably be the most I've seen somebody spend as a solopreneur is probably about $6,000 a month. And by month 3, they had too many deals. By month 3, they had too many deals. They couldn't handle it. So then they had to lower their ad budget. Matter of fact, Brian, you did that, right? It wasn't 6,000, but didn't you start off with a higher budget and then you lowered it?
Yeah, I started off at 2,000 and I lowered it because I had too many deals coming through.
You hear that, James? 2,000. I think that 2,500 is a really healthy $25, $3,000 if you're doing PPC. If you're doing PPL, $1,500, $2,000. If you're doing direct mail, probably $1,000 to $2,000. If you're doing cold calling, $1,500 to $2,200. If you're doing bandit signs, $500 to $1,000 to $1,100. It depends on what your marketing medium is. I don't want to get too far into this because I have a whole freaking course on it, but there's 3 currencies of life. There's time, money, and energy. Am I still sharing my screen, by the way?
Yeah.
Let me stop that.
So is Brian working locally or nationally?
That's the same thing, brother.
I do nationally.
Okay, cool. Nice to meet you, Brian. Appreciate it, man.
That's it. Yeah, I dropped my ad spend to $1,400 and it actually got like a lot weaker for PPC, so I might have to up it back up.
So Keith, you show how to do PPC, or do I have to hire someone to do it for me?
Well, I mean, I don't think that you should do PPC. So
Okay.
you can you can be really good at running ads, or you can be really good at investing in real estate, but you can't do both simultaneously if you're good at neither, right?
Okay.
So that's
what's this $100 thing you have? Is it like a software?
well, I'm so glad that you asked, because that's exactly what Jacoby was wanting to discuss. So
Sorry about that.
No, that's all right.
no, this is perfect. This is exactly what he wanted. Don't say sorry.
Hey, Jacoby, I talk too much, man.
Yeah.
Super knowledgeable, man. I appreciate it because you're getting different game from everybody.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, Keith is the real deal, man. I'm telling you.
No, I've noticed. Yeah, I've been following him for a while now.
No, he real, man. He real. He know Brad Chandler, so I know what Brad do about my area.
That's right. He was. Do you know that? Yeah. I told you that he was my first mentor, right?
Yeah. I've been out to his office in Springfield, Virginia.
Sweet.
Long time ago.
Yeah, that's very cool, man.
Long time ago.
Brian, did you want to hit something before we go to Deal Labs?
Yeah, that rehab. So you said 15,000?
15,000. And
Before it had to have been at least like 8K of that, right?
And that was rehabbing it twice because it got vandalized. We were almost finished. We were like, the next week was the final punch list.
Mm-hmm.
Some squatters broke in. They busted the window into the basement. They crawled into the basement, and we had locked the first level. They tried to break in through that back, but we had locked the door into the house. So they stole all the tools that were in that back room that you saw that looked super nasty. One of those tools was a huge ladder. So they took the huge ladder, they extended it to the roof, they crawled up to the second story, busted my window, and got in the house. And so they didn't ruin too much stuff, admittedly, but they did vandalize the house. They did steal a whole bunch of material and such. So I had to redo all the windows, the doors, the floors, and then I had to buy all the material that I had just gotten stolen. And it wouldn't have cost $15,000 if they hadn't have vandalized it. Well, but what was your first question?
No, I was kind of like just shocked that it was that much. Because I'm just trying to think of like the flooring material alone was probably at least like 4K of that. And then the drywall was probably at least another, what, 4K?
Yeah.
There's not much left after that.
I got a good deal, and I just know how to get into a house and get out of it by cutting costs, but by not cutting corners. That's a thing that I'm really big about. You know, I had this house in Illinois, and had these really old cabinets. And the people who I bought the house from, they were missing a bunch of the drawers to the cabinets. And so the contractor was like, Keith, I can try to fabricate a drawer, but it's going to look totally different than what you have right here. And I said, well, paint it. And he's like, Keith, like, I can try to paint it. The grain's going to be different. Everything's going to be different because I don't have that exact, like, it's called a router, the thing that makes the cool curve in the wood. He's like, I can get one that's close, but I don't think that we're going to find that. And I don't think that I can make it look exactly the same. And I was like, well, what would you suggest? And he goes, why don't we cut that section out, move it to the center, put new countertop on it. We bust out the middle so that you can put some table stools underneath it, so it's kind of like a table, like a little coffee nook for two people. And then I'll slide these cabinets over. We'll cut it right at the sink. We'll put the seam in. I'll put epoxy because I wanted to. The countertop was green and it was peeling. It was just so nasty. But I was being really cheap, dude. And I didn't want to put like this is a super cheap house, probably about $130,000 or so. Median is probably $210,000 to $230,000 around there. So it was about half the price. It was a very low income house. And so I'm not going to put granite in that. I didn't even want to put, I didn't want to do anything. I said, I had this crazy idea. There's this thing that I saw on YouTube. I'm not even exaggerating. I saw it on YouTube where they put epoxy over the whole thing and then they drizzle the coloring on it. And then they take like toothpicks and they just like swirl it up.
For the countertop?
Yeah.
I've seen that for floors.
Yeah. Exactly. It's the same thing with floor. It's the same exact thing with floors. And then you put a second layer of clear coat epoxy on top. And he's like, yeah, man, I think that I could do that. And so he picked it up. It was $80 for the whole kit. And he did screw it. I didn't like how he did the swirls. He didn't do enough swirls and he let it dry. And so I was like, nope, I need you to go back, pick up another one. That looks terrible. And this is a cheap house, but I don't put my name behind things that look bad. So do better this time. And he did way, way, way better. He probably put in like 5 times as many swirls. Really it looked like granite. I mean, it looked really good. And then he put the clear coat on. So all in all, that countertop cost me $120, 40 and 40, 40 for the color, 40 for the clear coat. He screwed up the color, so we had to redo the color. So it was a total of $120, and I didn't have to get new cabinets. This was cheaper than the cabinets that we were going to have to replace because the drawers were messed up. But even if we replaced it, now you have these weird set of cabinets with that don't fit with anything else that we have. And we would have to paint the things to try to cover it up, you know? So this huge overhaul was going to cost me $4,500. I think the estimate was. I got it for $120. And the end product, I can pull it up office hours if you want. I want to get to other people's questions and such. But the end product, if you were to look at it, you'd be like, that looks pretty good. Like, I don't know if you would live there. I probably wouldn't live there. But it looks nice. It looks very nice we actually got above ask on that house in a time that above asking was not happening, you know?
Nice.
Yeah.
I guess when you're
Cutting costs without cutting corners.
Below median price, that's possible.
Yes, that's exactly right.
So.
Still affordable. Cool. All right, let's talk about Deal Labs. So Jacoby and James, sweet, you're both still here. So let's go back to June of last year. I got fed up with some of my clients. I was hearing the same thing. Keith, the market's really hard right now, and I just can't find a lot of opportunity. Dude, it's a bloodbath in the market right now. And these are newer clients who have not experienced a normal market. Like I started in 2016, right? So 2016, 17, 18, 19 into 2020 was all a normal market. And then this crazy COVID thing happened. 20, 21, 22, it started to cool off in 23. We definitely saw the cool off in 24, 25, and we still are here in 26. So people were like, man, there's not a lot of opportunity. And I'm like, we are in the land of opportunity. Like there is deals everywhere. And they're like, no, I don't see any deals, Keith. Dude, hop on Zillow and go to your neighborhood where you live and just scroll. And what are you going to see consistently? Price reduced, price reduced, price reduced, price reduced, price reduced, price reduced. Almost every one of them is going to be price reduced. Especially when you go 60 days or more on market, or even 90 days or more on market. So what I did is I got 15 people together and I said, hey, we're going to cold call sellers on Zillow. And I need you to do this for 2 hours per day. So we did it. I brought one of my friends. He's a client. His name's Kevin. He lives about 20 minutes away from me. I brought him here into my office and we cold called. You can actually find some of the videos up on YouTube. We would cold call for 2 to 3 hours at a time, usually about 3, because I was giving him feedback in between these calls. So here's the long of the short. That was a 90-day sprint with these clients. And if I remember my numbers correctly, the net profit off of this, and I am counting refinancing as profit, cash in the bank, I should say, instead of profit, I should say cash in the bank, was just over $1.2 million in just over 90 days. I think we had to wait till like day 92 or day 93 to wait for something that was supposed to close on like day 89. They had to push it a little bit. So we did really good. But here's the thing. I saw that as a huge barrier of entry because my time is very valuable, and spending 2 to 3 hours a day calling, it's not really worth my time when most of these folks, they don't pick up, or when they do pick up, they're not really motivated. Or even if they are pretty motivated, the numbers still don't really pan out. But I couldn't do enough pre-work ahead of time to make sure that all the ones that I'm calling were actually going to pan out, the numbers, right? And so I own a software company. Let's fix this. So I went to the team and I said, here's what we've done. Here's the pain that I'm experiencing. And here's my thoughts on how we could solve it. And we went to work, and out of this is how we created Deal Labs. So this went through July, August, September, October, and then we launched Deal Labs in November. So it took about 5 months. We have about 230 users right now, and we're about to put this into our CRM. But here's what it does: scrape, enrich, analyze, and pitch. It's a 4-step process: scrape, enrich, analyze, and pitch. What is scraping? Scraping is gathering data that's already listed online. So we're finding all of the, I won't say deals, but all of the properties for sale, all of the leads that we possibly can. But there's still not enough information, right? They may have it listed for 200,000, but what is it actually worth? It could be worth more. It could be worth 240,000. It could be worth 180,000, right? We don't really know. Just because they have it listed somewhere, especially these for sale by owners, just because they have it listed somewhere doesn't mean that's the value. So the first thing that we do is we buy data in order to get the comps in the surrounding areas. We typically go out about 3 miles and we go back 2 years. And from that data set, and we buy all the data, mind you, we buy every house that's sold out 3 miles and back 2 years. And out of that data set, we pull the very best comps and we determine what is true ARV. Then we look at the pictures on the house, we compare it to the pictures of the ARV houses, and AI analyzes that and determines the repair estimate based off of the beds, bath, square footage, year built, and ARV. Then it analyzes the deal. And it's analyzing the deal every which way you possibly can. If you're going to buy this with cash, if you're going to use a DSCR loan, if you're going to buy it with a VA loan, if you're going to buy it with hard money or private money, or if you're going to take it sub 2, or you're going to own or finance it from the seller, it's a hybrid of both. It looks at it from a wholesale perspective, it looks at it from a fix and flip perspective, and it looks at it from a rental perspective. It analyzes it every which way. And then it scores it. It puts the highest properties at the top. And from there, it's your job to call. So it does the scraping, it does the enriching, it does the analyzing. It scores it in order. You start at the top and work your way down. Would you like to see it?
Hey Keith, I would. I'm working in it right now. Well, started like this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to still see it just from your perspective and everything. But so far, I've really enjoyed it. I had a property that I put in there that I didn't actually get to the AR or the AIRE part of it.
Yeah.
It didn't do it right, but even everything before then was honestly super impressive, bro.
Cool.
The one thing too, I know you were looking for feedback from or about Deal Labs.
Yes.
And the one thing that I did mention was that I don't know if it's possible, but if there was an option to search by state.
No. You do not want to search by state. You will get you'll blow through all your records. It would cost a fortune. Yeah, it would cost an absolute fortune. Then you're going to be pissed off that I charge you $300 for the data.
Got you. Yeah, I was thinking about that when the AR or the AIRE didn't go through, but I wanted to. It was a property that somebody was a wholesaler had sent to me actually, so I was trying to see if it would work.
Got it. Yeah. So this is. Let me move my phone over here because I'm going live in multiple places. This is Deal Labs. And so y'all know that I was just showing you a property in New York. So I'm the one who scraped all of this data. But I mean, there's deals absolutely everywhere. All of these states have been, there's 40 states so far that have been scraped. Obviously, there's more population over here in the East Coast. So that's where primarily we are. Now let's come up to New York and Syracuse. This is where I really like to invest. So if we were to look at all of the houses in Syracuse, we don't have a lot of opportunity, to be honest. The highest score is 56, but let's go ahead and look at it anyway. So this scored an 85 on the economics, 0 on motivation and urgency, and 54 on distress. So it shows strong cash flow, almost $1,100 per month, excellent investment potential. Properties being sold as is for wholesale or fix and flip. It's a fixer-upper property. Estimate rehab costs for profit potential. and they said that fire damage was disclosed. It's a major rehab opportunity. Verify insurance status. So you can search through. Oh my goodness, that's really bad. You can search through the pictures if you want. I would never buy this house, by the way. Oh, what a shame. Anyway, let me show you the rest of it. So here's the deal economics. They're asking $4,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $4,000 for the house. The lot is worth more than $4,000. The lot's probably worth about, depending on how big it is, $15,000 to $20,000. But you're going to have to fix a lot of stuff, right? So if we wanted to really look at this from a fix and flip perspective, that's really gonna matter a lot. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and run an AIV. Did you see how fast that was? I literally clicked the button and within 5 seconds, it bought the comps, it analyzed the comps, and then it pulled AIV, artificial intelligence valuation. And so you can see the comparables that it pulled, and you can see how it put them into buckets. So like there's this comp there's 13 comps to be exact. Some of them all the way down to $50,000, $82,000, $85,000. But you know what? It doesn't pull that into the AIV because these are obviously investor houses. These are investor specials. The ones that it did pull was 171, 200, 174, and that's it. It only pulled those three. And based off of those three, it estimated it at 188.8. So I'd probably list this for 188.9. Then, this is going to be really tough for air. Let's see. Man, I've never looked at a fire damaged house on air. Maybe I shouldn't live stream this. This might turn out really bad.
Okay, that's not really. The Bible says, so it's not many.
Oh, good. Oh, but you know this.
It's my favorite to be.
Yeah.
Which is the best.
James, I'm going to mute you for now, okay? This is taking a long time because it is looking at everything here. I don't know how much this would cost for a fire damaged house, but it's going to be quite a bit. Let's look at the AIV and kind of.
Yeah, Keith, I had similar thing with the property that I was talking about. It got to like 98%, and I waited for a little bit, and then I think it said to refresh.
Oh, this is really good to know.
Yeah, and I refreshed like twice, but I waited about a good chunk of time, a couple times, and it never pulled up. But
dude, thank you for saying that. Because we may need to push something out, like a bug update, a patch.
Yeah, no problem. And I submitted it. It was probably
good
Wednesday or so. So yeah.
Okay.
But I loved it. This actually was one of the reasons why I started. Like I said, probably about this week, I started feeling a little bit more comfortable with like the rehab costs and stuff like that. But I didn't look at any properties from like a wholesale perspective. It was all for like fix and flip or rental. But,
yeah. Let's say that we would put in $65,000 for this house. So if the ARV is 188 and we have $65,000 of repairs and we want let's keep this, I'm trying to get about $10,000. All right, that's going to be about as close as we can get. So we need to get this property under contract for $34,000. What are they asking? $4,000.
So yeah.
So how much could we afford to put into it? $85,000? Even more. $100,000? I mean, we could put in $100,000 and take an assignment fee. Oh, I'm just lowering it. Shoot. We're at 35%, so it maxes it out. But like, we're still at contracting it at $7,000, and that's with putting $100,000 into this renovation. I mean, this is a deal. This is 100% a deal. Let's go to a different one. And also, that's only at a score of 56. Let's open this up a little bit. All right, Franklin. Oh, I love Franklin, Pennsylvania. Holy crapola. Holy crapola. This is a deal score of 96. Let's take a look at this. 7 price cuts over 128 days. They've lowered it $21,000. They started at 149 and it's down to 128. It's been sitting on the market 2.5 times longer than the median. It's been sitting on for 159 days versus the median, which is 76 days. And there's about $580,000 of cash flow. There's only 4 photos, but judging from those 4 photos, this looks like a really nice house, right? Totally finished, rentable as it currently sits. So let's look at the numbers. If we were to pay them what they asked for, all right, I'm gonna show off a little bit. Are you ready? This guy started it at 149. He's only asking 129. We're not going to buy it for 129. We're going to buy it at 149. We're going to give him $20,000 more than what he's asking for. So I'm going to toggle that off. We're going to bring this up to 149.9. What's our down payment going to be? Probably about $5,000. The monthly payment, do we want Section 8 or regular? Whoo, Section 8 smoking hot here. Wowie, $2,200. We're taking this directly from the HUD website. 5% vacancy, 10% management. Property taxes is $157. Insurance is 5%. It's about $114. The maintenance is 10% that we're setting aside, and HOA fee is 0. So if we rent this out for $2,280 and we have 5% vacancy, you can see that we have that right here, 5% vacancy, then our effective rental rate is $2,166. Now we have our mortgage, P&I. Oh, and this is at 6.5% interest rate. Watch this. Oh my goodness sakes. Would you all like to buy a house that cash flows over $1,000? And this is not even including you putting aside $228 in a savings account for when a bad thing happens? Let's go through this. So your mortgage is $402. Your maintenance is $228. Your insurance is $114. Your property tax is $157. The money that you're setting aside in a savings account to keep up the property is $228. You have no HOA fee. You're cash flowing $1,036. Your DSCR ratio is over 3. What do you need to get qualified for a loan? You need it to be 1.2. And this is a 3. This is probably one of the strongest rentals I've ever seen. Why are we not calling this? It's probably already sold. Somebody scraped this a while ago, I bet. And I bet you this is sold.
I just did a price change last month.
Why are we not buying this?
I might go ahead and give him a call.
Right? Full basement with room to add additional living space or second bathroom.
Baltimore Section 8 is little.
It's freaking ghetto, bro. It's really ghetto. I'll say that on a live stream. I don't even care. I lived there. This is a fantastic deal, though. Yeah. Call. Oh, you know what will make this even better? Ah, dang it. I was hoping that it was for sale by owner. You could call this Victor guy, though, and literally go through this script. Hey, Victor, my name is Keith. I'm calling about the listing you have for sale here at 1106 North Kenwood Avenue. not going to be doing, too much negotiating. As long as this property cash flows, I can get a DSCR loan and I'm already pre-approved. My lender just needs to know, what it's currently rented for or what it has been rented for. And if it's never been rented, and if it's not rented and it's never been rented before, that's okay. We don't need to know from him. We already are pulling it from the monthly rents coming straight from Rentometer API, and Section 8 is coming directly from the HUD website. We don't need to worry about this. So we can buy it for what he's asking, or we can even overpay and get him terms. We can get him what he wanted originally 6 months ago. He doesn't have to worry about anything. Could we pay him more as a down payment? Certainly. Could we even afford to give him an interest rate? My God, we could probably afford to give him a huge interest rate. Let's take a look at what these numbers are. Even at 6.5%, this meets my threshold for a rental, $500. I wouldn't pay him 6.5%, mind you. I would rather overpay for the house. I'd rather buy this thing for $159. Hey, let me give you $10,000 of your interest up front. Oh my goodness, $1,000. What's an area, Brian, that you really like that isn't super ghetto for Section 8?
San Antonio.
Have you been scraping here?
Yeah.
This is a lot. Oh my gosh.
Oh, are you looking at like everybody scrapes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've been doing a lot of San Antonio.
There's 400 just right here. So this is a manufactured home. I am not a huge manufactured home guy here in San Antonio. However, this looks good. Dude, what are they asking? 16.5? Oh, it's off the market now. It already sold. God dang it. All right, let's go to the next one. Asking price is 37.5. Wow, this looks like one of my old houses. 148 Henry. 6 price cuts over 72 days, down 35,000. So he started off, he's 50%. He started off $72,000, now he's down to $37,000. Strong cash flow, property sold as is, opportunity for wholesale or fix and flip. So here's what I tell you. That looks like a really good image. You know what that house looks like on the inside? It's terrible. Let's skip it. This looks super funky. I wouldn't want to own it just because of how it looks. Okay, I like this one. It's kind of expensive though. And it's bank owned. All right. Ooh, a little condo. No, that's expensive. I don't like it. Dope. I like this. Yeah, I like this a lot. The numbers totally work on that too. If we were to give them, how much would I do down on this? I'd probably do about $7,500 down, 0% interest. Section 8, that's all right for Section 8. Yeah, $700 cash flow. You have your mortgage, your management, insurance, taxes, maintenance. There is no HOA. As long as this doesn't need a lot of work to it, that's a deal as it sits. And obviously it's in livable condition because this dude lives there. That's a junker. Foreclosure. I like this too. Give him $120,000. with $10,000 down, 0% interest, monthly rent. Whoa, Section 8's banging. $900. Just again, like, man. So anyway, I won't go too much. I won't go any further unless James or Jacoby, you guys have some questions here. That's what it does. It speeds up the process, man, of finding deals. It's looking at thousands. If we were to look up San Antonio right now on Zillow, there would be thousands and thousands of houses. Well, we looked at all of them and said, these are like the 15 that you have a shot with. Call them.
Hey, Keith, quick question.
Yes, sir.
The first thing is, what's the link for that software? And the second thing is, like, the data that you pull in, what is the data from, like FISBOs or stuff in the multiple listing? What exactly are those houses?
I'm going to plead the fifth because this is a live call on your second question. Okay. Hopefully you're picking up what I'm putting down. And on the first question, the answer is deallabs.ai. If you go to deallabs.ai, it'll take you straight to my website. Oh, shoot. I'm already logged in. So, of course, if I logged out, this is what it looks like. Two subscriptions, $25 a month and $100 per month. It's going to be like that for about another 3 weeks. But on May 1st, we're actually combining Deal Labs with DealBase. So the lead gen software is going to be combined with the CRM software, and then the price is going to be $300 per month for the low package and $750 per month for the high package. Brian, you can yeah, but you get a deal, roughly you get a deal a month on $750. Of course, you have to make the calls, you have to do the work, you have to close it, you still have to raise the money, you still have to negotiate and everything. But I'm saying the opportunity to do one deal a month is absolutely there using the scale version of our CRM and the pro version of Deal Labs combined into one package. Brian, it doesn't cost you anymore, by the way. You know that, right? Okay. Saw the deer in the headlights. Oh, snap. Oh, I haven't been checking the chat, man. I'm sorry if you guys have been asking me questions in the chat. No, Jacoby, it's not deallabs.io, it's deallabs.ai. It is confusing, isn't it? We chose to do DealBase on the REI Automated website. So it's reiautomated.io/DealBase. And then we have deallabs.ai because we have so much AI in all of this stuff. But then, like I said, we're going to be merging Deal Labs. Yeah. Deal Labs will be built into DealBase in about 3 weeks. 3 weeks exactly, actually.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I realized it after the fact, but yeah, I got in deallabs.ai. Yep.
Sweet. All right. What other questions you guys got? How can I help you? It's the biggest thing you're struggling with at the moment. What is a question that, if answered, would move the needle in your business? If we've got nothing, I'm going to go hang out with my family then. I need to extract teeth here. Brian, you got anything? Daniel, Jacoby, James, Judy?
I don't have any more questions right now. Appreciate it, though.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't have anything at the moment.
Okay.
Thank you so far.
Yes, ma'am. Brian?
I guess I could further ask you on that deal I talked to you about this morning.
Sure, we can get into it.
Yeah. So she actually sent a contract about 20 minutes ago. And I think I shot you a text. She brought the price down to...
Yes. I remember seeing your text message. 265, yeah. Right? I mean, yeah, 465. Yeah.
One thing that I did not account for is with that wholesale company. I'm not going to say a name right now.
Yeah.
But they charge for double closing. So I upped the closing cost, and after talking to the realtor, she said it's like
Oh, yeah.
it's like a really unique area. She said so all those homes that sold for 680,
Yeah.
they had like some sort of like, play to like theme or play to it. I don't know why it's not really. There we go. Like this type of like a different theme style. So she's like, honestly, she said you're like 35K. I'd be hesitant to say that, or 20, what would we say? Yeah, 25K.
25, yeah.
Might be kind of big because she's like, yeah, they put like a lot of money into this fireplace.
Okay.
And then just like the style, the theme of the whole house. She's like, I'd be hesitant on it because the way yours sits is like, it's nice, but it definitely won't.
It's plain.
It's plain, yeah. It's nice but plain. While these have like that desert feel to it.
Yeah.
You might have to put more into it. So I mean, with that as my estimate right now, I put like 46K for the rehab. It probably would be less. I don't
Oh
know.
my goodness. No, I don't like this anymore. So do you know what I strive for when it comes to the ratio of
Yeah, your profit versus you want 2 to 1.
2 to 1 minimum is what I strive for. So I was really excited about, putting in $25,000 and getting $75,000 out of it because that's a 3 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment we start doing, $45,000, that's rough. Now we're splitting it.
Yeah, that's all I told you that. But yeah. And then my worst case is like 7-8K. Yeah. Reasonable worst case, which
That's fine. I don't. Well, what's the upside? Hold on. What's the upside?
the upside is like 48K, I think.
No, I don't like that either.
Really?
Yeah, it's a 1 to 6 gamble.
But I don't know. My thought process is like this is a pretty low risk rehab. Like, you know what I mean? It's like
There's no foundation or any unexpected things. You're saying, okay. Yeah, I can understand
like
that.
It's mainly just like we're gonna do like most of it's unbuildable landscaping and the aesthetic of just making it make that desert appeal, you know what I mean? So it's like kind of a different kind of rehab,
So there's something that you had brought up that I still need to get cleared in my head, which was those low comps. What did she tell you about those low comps when you brought those prices to her, like $100,000 less?
Yeah, she said, essentially like what we thought. She's like, yeah, those are like nice homes, but like these ones here have like a theme, like the desert feel to it. And then the other one had like the stone on the interior, I think.
Yeah.
This one, like all the finishes are pretty average. Like the kitchen's average, but then they have like, it's just a theme to it.
Did she tell you did you ask about the staging?
Yeah. She said she would definitely stage.
So that's real staging with all those coffee mugs and everything.
Oh, no, about this house. I didn't ask her.
Dang, I'm so curious, dude. I need you to ask her. Remember that one photo that you showed me with all the mugs? There's like 35 mugs lined up, and it just looks like it looks very clean, but it looks like somebody lived there. I think it was the other house. I don't think it was this one.
Yeah, and I didn't know she sold the other house too. Like you said,
that is so fantastic, though. The moment you told me that, bro, it couldn't have gotten any better.
Yeah, like look, that's like theme here. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna see that anywhere.
No. It's very unique.
And then like this bathroom is like a pretty dope, like aesthetic. Like to do an aesthetic like this is like probably 30 grand by itself.
Yeah. So.
Like
So what is she telling you your house is going to need price wise?
Well, she's like, I'm not one to like guess rehab because I'm like a realtor. Right?
Good. Okay. That's actually fantastic. Does she have a guy?
Yeah. She has a whole team out there.
Does she have, okay. Have her put you in contact with the contractor like today, tomorrow. Show him, if you can, hop on a Zoom. Yeah. And show him these pictures and say, I just need you to shoot me straight. I'm really on the edge of whether or not I even want to do this deal. At the end of the day, I'm trying to make money. It's not that I'm trying not to lose money. I don't have to buy this house, So I don't need you to save me from from losing money. I need you to tell me, honest to God, like, looking at this, what do you figure we're going to spend on a rehab to get this? And maybe even have the realtor on the call. 20-minute call, 30-minute call tops. Because at the end of the day, both of them are going to make a lot of money. This is like a $20,000 phone call for them.
Yeah.
If they want a shot at making $20,000, they've got to really impress you.
Yeah. And that's what I'm like real hesitant on, is like I can definitely hit that ARV, but it's a matter of like how much would it take to get to that ARV?
Yeah.
Because that one, the 680 comp right here sold 20 days ago.
The fact that she sold both of those, I'm convinced that you have the right realtor though.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot to ask her about if this was staged or. But she said for my house, she said I would definitely do staging for years for sure. And then she said that when you do the staging, make sure it's like a nice theme staging too.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. Not just plain Jane. Yeah. Cool, man.
And the finish is really
good work on that. And then also realize that just, man, I really am on the fence after you just showed me the deal analyzer with a 1-to-1, and it's not worth it. My last big renovation was $105,000 of renovation, and I made $118,000. And it took a long time, and it was stressful, and there was problems the whole time, which is to be expected. We're professional problem solvers that work in a real estate investing industry, you know. But at the end of the day, I went back and I looked at all of the things like, what could I have done better? And really, it was just buying the house. But I negotiated such a good deal on this house. I negotiated it down like $150,000 from what she was asking. So the person, if they had bought it for what she was asking, they would have lost money.
Yeah. Oh, 48K sounds kind of nice though.
Yeah, but it really is it literally is a gamble, right? Because it's $7,000 loss, $48,000 gain. So it's a 1 to 5.
Yeah.
Or it's 8. So -8 to 48. It's 1 to 6.
Yeah.
It's 1 to 6 odds. If we were to look at it from a poker perspective, you've 1 to 6 odds, which is good. I mean, you're the house.
Yeah. And I do think I can get better than 12 and 2 for hard money. My last hard money was like 10.9 and 1. And he's like, I'm trying to do this.
Change it and see. I mean, I don't think it's going to make a big difference. So you're at $49,000. Now you're at, okay, that made more of a difference than I thought. You're slowly convincing me.
And then when I talked to the hard money lender the last time, he's like, "This is your first like actual like full-fledged rehab, so like the best I can get you is 10.9
Sure.
1." So I feel like maybe this time, maybe I can give him a call before I put it under contract.
Yeah.
Right now.
Hey, shoot me at 9.9, and it makes sense for me to do this. Go put 9.9. I think that's reasonable. All right, $3,000 of savings. And then, dude, on your private money, are you really giving him 1 point?
No, I haven't given any points.
Yeah, screw you. Take that off. That's expensive. Okay. All right.
It's got a lot better.
Yes. This is $13,000 better, which doesn't sound like a lot, but percentage-wise, that's like 25%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 25% better. That's reasonable. Worst case scenario is you make $5,000. I like this. Is it going to be worth it? Here's what it comes down to, dude. People, can you go back to the people work all year and they make less than $61,000. They work all year. And you wouldn't be doing the work. Somebody else would be doing the work. And this wouldn't be your only deal. This would just be your deal for the month of April.
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to stress, that's the only thing, right? Like you're going to school, you got a little 2-year-old running around. There's a lot on your plate.
So,
If it takes you away from doing a better deal, that's when you're going to regret it.
yeah.
How'd the numbers change so bad?
I put 2 points just to see what it looked like.
Got it.
Yeah, that price point, since it's just a high price point, the points really make a huge difference.
Yes. Yes, it does. Scroll up a little bit.
And they said they wanted a 45-day close too.
This all
The only
looks,
thing is, I am not confident. I mean, I'm probably 60% confident on this rehab.
you and me both. Everything else, dude, is exceptional. Your property taxes, your insurance, your utilities, this all looks really good. I see that you increase your escrow fees to account for the double close. We massively inflated your staging and photography costs. They might even be willing to eat it at that price point. So that would be direct. Again, I would leave it in the analyzer how it is and then negotiate with her. Hey, I'll give you the full 3%, but don't screw me and tell me that you're going to charge me extra for the staging and the photography. If you're going to make what, $680,000, 680 times 0.03, you're going to make $20,400. You can't.
She just texted me saying, "Hey, just got on the phone with my broker. She said we can do 460 if you sign today."
I don't understand. Oh, the wholesaler.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean,
Not today.
nope. I would get educated first. Man, I really hope that I'm not losing you the deal right now, but I am iffy
I don't
enough.
want to make a mistake end of the day.
I am iffy enough on that rehab that I think it's important because, dude, I'm serious. You could go from $40,000, then talk to those contractors, and then get it inspected. You know, you talk to the contractors and you're at 60, and you're like, fine, yeah, we can squeeze in 60. The numbers will still work. Okay, I'm still happy. Then you go get the property inspected, and it easily adds another $15,000 to $20,000, and you're like, dude, now my rehab's like $85,000, and my net profit's only $40,000. That's obviously not worth it.
I mean, part of me even considers like, should I just put like 5K into it, clean it up, and just list it for like 560?
Well, okay, so that actually was what I was originally thinking when you told me earlier when I asked you what did the realtor say about those kind of plain Jane houses. You should run 2 different analyzers. Create a copy of this one, make the after repair value, whatever those ones were, 550, 560, whatever.
Or like the as is costs.
And then just clean it up. Yeah, like you said, $5,000, $6,000. It's kind of a bigger house. At the end of the day, bro, I think that you're going to end up making the same amount of money. You might make a little bit less. Yeah. You might make a little bit less, but when you're borrowing less money and you're doing less rehab and you're holding it for less time, the interest, right? We both know this, but sometimes we need to be reminded. Interest, when it's our money working for us, it's the 8th wonder of the world. When interest is working against us, you cannot possibly keep up. So when you have that much money, that much debt with that much interest, it kills you. And the second thing is time. Time kills all deals. And so when you're borrowing less money, you have less rehab, you have less time, you're actually going to make almost the same amount of money with far less money into it, therefore less risk and less time. So I prefer to do wholesales.
She did make a general statement to me. She said those high price point homes, like those real unique ones, she says those like legit sold in like 30 days, and then they have like 60 to 45 days to close.
Sure.
But she said those other ones, she said in the desert, she said things move a lot slower in the desert. She said just like regular plain Jane, like nicer homes, she said those move slow. But I need to look at those comps. Yeah.
Slow to her, right? Everything is subjective. So when you put numbers to it, slow to her might be 100 days. And it's like, well, we're already actually accounting for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would run 2 analyzers, dude, and check what a
Okay.
wholesale would look like.
Yeah, I think it's funny how they said they absolutely couldn't do 460 when I first said that.
Yeah. And here's what's going to happen. Typically, when this is a good deal, this wholesaling company, they know what they're doing, right? They're big. So if this is a deal, you're going to come back to them on Monday or Tuesday, and it's going to be gone, unfortunately. If it's not a deal at 460, you're going to find out on Monday or Tuesday. You're going to go back to them and you're going to say, hey, you numbskull, you didn't tell me about this, that, the other thing. I told you originally that I could buy it at 460. Since then, I've done all of this due diligence. I mean, just make it sound like you spent like 12 hours on it. I've talked to all these different people. You guys are literally trying to screw me. I could never buy this at 460. I'd lose my ass. You know, I need to be at like 447, 261. I always do weird numbers.
Yeah.
And they probably have it under contract for a fair bit. Dude, they've negotiated against themselves $10,000 in the last 8 hours.
Mhm.
They have a lot of room.
Yeah, they definitely, if they're willing to come down 10K like that quickly.
Yeah, they probably have like $60,000 in margin. They're like 60 to 50, who cares? Let's just get it done.
Yeah.
When you're in these wholesaling environments, it's all about speed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the thing to do. Again, I'm telling you, I'm sorry ahead of time if what I'm telling you to do is going to lose you the deal over the weekend. It very well could be gone on Monday or Tuesday. However, I'd rather you lose.
It is a higher price point home, so the higher the risk is.
That's correct. I'd rather you lose the deal to somebody else if it would have cost you money. And I'd rather take the day, which unfortunately is over the weekend, but take the day to get some qualified people in there, really solidify the rehab. I mean, you can build a scope of work, especially these days with AI, bro. You can build a full scope of work in just a couple of hours. Just as detailed as my actual scope of work that we did manually, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could do that in just a couple of hours. Go back to the wholesaling company. If it's not a deal, you'll be able to negotiate another $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 off of this fairly easily. And then you truly are making good money. And they're more inclined to even come down further because nobody gobbled it up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Cool. All right, man. Thanks for sharing this.
No problem.
This is exciting.
It's like a unique rehab, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough.
No, it's great. I love rehabs like this. Weird nuances, like Orlando, Florida, with Disney has a lot of like cool things. My buddy just did one in Chicago, and we took this huge. I posted on my Facebook. I know I post a lot on Facebook, but you wouldn't have to scroll back that far. He has it listed for like $1.19 million. Go check out that rehab. He did an exceptional job. I was a negotiator. He was the project manager, and I forgot what the numbers are, but it's more than a $500,000 spread.
Yeah.
And it was a very, very unique rehab. Very unique. You should go look at the pictures. It's beautiful.
I feel like this type of rehab needs a woman's touch.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. Rafi doesn't have a woman's touch, but he was advised by his realtor on a lot of things.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna call it. My back hurts. I'm gonna go hang out with my kids, eat some dinner, maybe eat some ice cream. Just kidding. Kevin told me I was fluffy the other day, Brian. Can you believe that? Literally, he was like, Keith, how much you weigh these days? I was like, 218. He's like, yeah, looking a little fluffy, don't you think? Dang.
Have a good weekend.
You as well, Miss Judy. I hope you have a fantastic Friday evening. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you guys. I'm probably going to do this in like a week or two. If there's any way that I can help y'all, let me know. Send me a Facebook message. I'll be there. Go out and crush the day. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one.
Hey, man. See you.